Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we are going to be returning to Unity of Command 2 Barbarossa, a new game out by the folks who made Unity of Command 2, and this is a DLC pack that takes the war to the Eastern Front. We're about to fight the Battle of Smolensk, which is one of the largest defeats for the Soviets during World War II, but also kind of a hollow victory for the German forces involved, because Smolensk sort of represents the high watermark for the German invasion of Russia. Not in the sense that the Germans didn't get closer to Moscow, because obviously they did, but Smolensk represents kind of a turning point in the campaign where, as a result of the exertions that the Germans had to make at Smolensk, they did capture hundreds of thousands of Soviet prisoners, just as they had at Minsk further west. And so it was the second great encirclement in the campaign, and yet it was the period at which they had so exhausted and overworked their panzer formations that the campaign began to shift to something where Germany could no longer support blitzkrieg all along the front. They had to wait, they had to give their armor time to recuperate, and time was massively working against them because they didn't have the time to wait and sort of refit their forces. They had to keep going because the Russian winter was not far off. With that being said, we are going to be playing the Battle of Smolensk here. You can see here it takes place or starts on July 3rd, 1941. Although impressive, the initial armored sweeps by Panzer Group 2 and 3 left hundreds of thousands of Soviet troops behind their lines. Many of these Red Army soldiers simply escaped. The remainder would not surrender easily, and so German infantry divisions face a seemingly impossible task: keep pace with the panzers and eliminate the enemy left in their wake. Meanwhile, panzer groups must continue their drive towards the Dnieper with insecure lines of communication. So there you go. It's a 17-turn battle with 2 panzer groups and an army group, so this is going to be a big battle, probably the biggest we've fought so far. Yeah, J Street, I guess I wasn't sure what the comment was around Polish officers being killed. The Soviets and the Germans killed Poles alike. OKH dispatch, your initial advances have exceeded our wildest expectations. I don't know if that's true. However, this has created a uniquely challenging situation, as a very large gap has developed between your tanks and infantry, and casualties are mounting for both. Your orders are to eliminate the Red Army formations trapped near Minsk, putting an end to their... See, this is my only frustration. I did eliminate everything in that Battle of Minsk behind me, so it's like that could have been reflected, but it's not. At the same time, your panzer divisions must continue their push toward the Dnieper. Note the 15th, 32nd, 131st, 134th, 97th, 251st, 252nd, 253rd, and 260th infantry divisions are jammed up in the rear and will arrive too late to have an impact. OKH will handle their advance, sparing you such a mundane task. The following units have been reconstituted by OKH after being destroyed in the previous battle for Minsk: the 12th Panzer Division and 14th Motorized Divisions. Okay, so let's take a look. I wish I could zoom out a little bit here, but you can see we've got enemy troops surrounded here near Lydia. They're all completely, they're not like actually formed up troops. We've got a large pocket here to the west of Minsk of enemy troops that are still fighting and are still, you know, fully ready to fight. You can see none of them are suppressed or even low on supply. We've also got a whole bunch of other pockets here that'll slow our advance. What are our objectives here? We've got to take Vitebsk, Mogilev, and Smolensk. Didn't we take Mogilev in our last battle? Or was that a different? That was Army Group South, right? Bessarabia? What didn't we? Oh, I guess maybe we would have had Mogilev on our side if we had taken that secondary objective on time, I guess. So we've got to take Mogilev, we've got to take Smolensk, and we've got to take Vitebsk. We've also got secondary objectives for Yardezev, Yelena, and Roslov. They did take Yelena historically, I believe. There was kind of a meat grinder there. All right. Take 40 prisoners is a secondary objective. Take Zablon by turn 17. You're telling me we can't take this right away? We're like 2 hexes away. Yardjov by turn 8. Lena by 10 and Roslov by 15. God, this is going to be a slog, isn't it? You can see we have almost no we have no infantry forward with us because everything's back here trying to hold the line. That means what I need to do, I think, to have any chance of success is really these forward units. We've got a little bit of prestige we can spend to upgrade them. So let's spend some prestige on giving these guys, these motorized units, some Stugs, which will help their offensive. We've got pioneers and artillery for this armored unit. This unit has no specialist units, so we'll go ahead and upgrade them with some. This will help the attack. That'll be this one. Gives me 6 for the attack. Also, give them one more step if it's not going to hurt their veterancy status. Same for these guys. I'm just going to make units as big as I can as long as it doesn't drop them from being veterans. These guys are elite. I'm gonna give them some. Should we give them artillery, or we should? Let's give them a Panzerkampfwagen. I'll give them a 5 offensive. So I think they have 2 of those now. These guys can't get reinforcements because they're out of reach of the headquarters. That'll drop them out from being elite. I don't want to do that. Same for these guys. These motorized troops out of range. Out of range. Range. These guys do have the range. Keep them as veterans. I gotta try and reduce this enemy pocket as quickly as I can. Alright, and this is the last battle in this particular conference, so I'm spending a little bit more freely with prestige. Bisque. Alright, let's end the preparation phase. Oh wait, we've got trucks. I forgot about that. Supply, yeah, that's a thing. Let's drop this depot here to support these guys in their advance. This armor is going to be out of supply as well. Can I pull any other trucks? I can't deploy these guys yet. Depot. Pull this back. Is anybody out of supply? No one new, so we'll save that truck. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Gotta get as many of my units in supply as I can. Alright, I think that's gonna do it for this turn. We get one more truck next turn, and then we get another truck 2 turns away. We also appear to be at 90% supply. So first things first with this infantry in the north, let's go ahead and take those prisoners. You can obviously see that uses up time. I'm also using like armored units here to keep these guys company, which is probably not great. The armored units should be to the east, so let's do this. Let's try, and they're not going to be able to get there this turn, but if we can hit these guys with armor first and then drive our armor to the east to support the offensive, I think that's what we'll do here. These guys will attack this enemy armor here, drive them back, then take some prisoners. This armor is going to move into Soviet territory, or maybe they can't because there's enemy armor there, but we can advance here and do some damage to these guys. Zero to 2. Zero to 2. 0 to a 2 and an overrun. That's nice. We have 2 tactical air to support us. We did take a casualty there, which kind of sucks. Let's try and reduce this pocket as quickly as we can. Gotta make sure the enemy can't, like, cut our rail line either. Alright, so these guys aren't gonna likely cross that river. I'm surprised they're still in supply, according to what? Meanwhile, I'll move this mechanized formation to the north. I can't cross this major river? Huh. That armored unit will capture a bunch of enemy prisoners. Where am I going to cross if I can't attack across these major rivers? I've got to get to Vitebsk. I guess I can probably build a pontoon bridge. Maybe stack our troops up here in the north. Could go for Orsha, but none of Mogilev is an objective. Zero to 2 overrun, nice. Then they'll cross, finish that unit off. Armor across there. Give me an overrun. No. Damn you. This is unoccupied? Won't be for long. Shit. These enemy troops will probably try and cut my rail line here. Let's move this headquarters unit a little bit. Well, I don't want to just pull these mechanized troops out because they'll motorized troops out because they'll open up a gap there. I thought they got 1 KIA, no? Alright, well that infantry division got wrecked, but we did finish off that enemy armor division. Alright, let's... Is there anywhere I can cross? Alright, so perhaps the pontoon bridge up here was not a good idea. But I am probably gonna go for it. Alright, let's see here. Supplies, not great there. So let's do this. Let's use some of more of our trucks here. Alright, let's also use another truck here, because it is the last... Well, it isn't actually the last battle in this campaign, is it? We've got the, we've got one other battle still. Or two other battles. So I probably should be a little bit more careful. 2 KIA? Let's do this. Let's guard this rail line so they don't cut our supply lines forward. They could still advance here and take that. Do we get reinforcements? Turn 2, we get a bunch. The Russians get a whole bunch on turn 4. And then more on turn 5. So we really got to try and get out there. Russians 2 overrun, get 2 attacks in and finish them off. Let's move these mechanized troops north. Alright, so we've taken more than 40 prisoners. On turn 1, we've already got the escaping stragglers taken care of. Right. I think that's pretty much everybody. These guys will cross next turn, I think, across this bridge. This pontoon bridge that I set up, if there's a opening, that is. We do have flying artillery, which could be used and useful to help with a breakthrough. Maybe not quite yet. So we'll go ahead and end turn number 1 and move forward to turn number 2. So they do advance, but to cut off my mechanized troops or motorized troops, and then they cut the rail line. They also apparently counterattack and overrun one of my motorized formations there and destroy it. That's great. That attack didn't go anywhere for them, though. That rail line. Whole bunch of enemy infantry. And, oh god, that's a lot of armor. Really should have taken that objective right away on turn 1. It would have helped, I think, our supply situation also and reduced the disruption. Meanwhile, you can see our depots in the front there are cut by the enemy getting across our rail line, so everybody in the front is low on supply because of that. We'll very quickly clear it, though. So just like that, the enemy is cleared off our lines. We're going to use some air power here against this enemy motorized formation. Guess I'll take the 1-to-1 casualties there. Alright, overran them. Good news there. Let's drive our motorized troops east then. Zero to 3 overrun. Let me move there. You do. All right, so this pocket is increasingly constricted. More enemy prisoners taken. These guys supply. Alright. So These guys will be out of supply soon, I think. We'll move these troops back on the roadway and get them marching east. Oh my god, look at all this armor! Supply next turn. Zero to 5, nice. 0 to 2 and an overrun. Enemy infantry in those woods, though. Okay. We can get across the river here. Drive them back, take that town, and now we've got a river crossing. So the one challenging thing is presumably we want like a rapid breakthrough. So I think actually crossing here was a good idea because now we can race on Vitebsk, and you're presumably supposed to form another pocket with the enemy troops. So Vitebsk needs to be the objective, then swing to Smolensk and maybe cut them off down near Roslov or something like that. But that should then in theory cut the enemy supply lines. But if we take Smolensk, most of their supply flows through there, I think. Problem is I'm kind of bogged down here in the south. Let's actually pull these guys back a little bit. Not doing any favors to myself by being overly aggressive up there. Let's go ahead and 0 to 3, give me an overrun. Got it. This pocket's almost done for. And that bombing raid did nothing. Great. Okay. I'd like to move my mechanized troops away. None of Army Group Middle is out that way. What if we move it out toward here? You guys will all still, and I'll also get these guys in contact, so that's good. Panzer Group 2 should be in contact with most of the troops. Panzer Group 3 is going to push forward here. We're going to make our crossing at Politosk. Whole bunch of enemy infantry in here that I probably shouldn't have advanced against. But en route units. Do I have more troops? I thought that was turn 4. Oh, I got a whole bunch now. Okay. Where do they deploy? North, eh? Okay. Gotta keep them moving on the rail lines. Kind of unfortunate because it means I can't move as far as I'd like. In any event, the pocket is nearly taken care of here. Just a few more enemy units. Some more isolated units, but not ones that matter a whole lot. So move forward to turn number 3. Turn number 3. So they're going to advance. Potentially... Ah, they just took one of our depots and cut part of my armored spearhead off there. I think I can get them out, though. They didn't destroy the bridge behind them, which is a good thing. They'll be out of supply for 2 turns now? They will, but I can drop air supply to at least one of them. Pull this back. There still won't be in supply, huh? Overrun. Clear the flank with that overrun attack. These troops, see if we can weaken them. Three suppression, but no actual kills, huh? It should be, oh, not quite. Okay, maybe don't advance there. Shit, you're gonna be out of supply for 3 turns next turn. 0 to 1 overrun. Need more trucks. Because they took that depot. That'll get these guys back in supply, and they've got a mechanized formation with them, so I don't think they'll get hurt too bad. Let's finish off these surrounded troops. I can't imagine there's a scenario where you don't take at least 40 prisoners. That's kind of an interesting accomplishment, I guess. Like, when would that happen in this scenario? With as many prisoners as we've taken. We've already taken well more than 42. Is it just on turn 1? I mean, it doesn't even say on turn 1. All right, let's pull one of these depots. We just need to get everybody on the rail lines. All right, troops in the south. All right. Get these guys moving north. We're across the bridge here. Turn 5, you've got to take Vitebsk. That's the first primary, I guess, due date. I don't know that we'll get there or not. If I can destroy this unit, I can break across the river here. These are secondary bridges, but they may blow them just to slow me up. If they do blow this, I can move these guys up and around this river to get at Vitebsk from the north. We've started to get a little bit of infantry support up there. Do we have any more troops coming online now? We do. Which is just going to cram a whole bunch of troops in here on the roadways. One of these divisions is placed in the north. That's nice, I guess. Going to be out of supply. So are these. We'll pull these troops back to be on the rail line to be back in the supply. These guys are going to be out of supply for 3 turns and fully suppressed. That's going to suck. Moved them 1 hex too many. All right. Well, that's going to do it for this turn. Attacking against my armor. See, armor, you should retreat there. You should be smart and run away instead of dying. God damn it. This battle feels like the only way you have any chance is if you use this northern railway near Vitebsk and you get to Smolensk. Because I'm going to guess that's going to cut everybody's supply. There's no way I'm going to overcome this huge horde of enemy troops. Unless they're dead, like from supply already. Right, move the mechanized troops here, 0 to 2, get the KIA. There's an enemy infantry unit in front of Vitebsk. 0 to 5, overrun. How many troops are in Vitebsk? Infantry, I need to use these woods. Can these guys get emergency supply? They cannot. These guys are right next to a damn depot and they still didn't get more supply? They'll be shitting me. Okay. All right, so we took that objective at least. Now we've got to hold it. Orsha is a turn. Well, it's not even an objective. Huh. Okay. All right, advance our infantry as best we can to the east along this rail line. We'll go ahead and pull that extra depot up and we'll start placing the new depots down. Not sure any of this infantry is going to get into the fight in time. And we finish the enemy pocket off. There you go, boys. Okay. We've also got this armor. Should have used air against those guys. Let's hit this enemy armor though to make sure they can't. God, they're gonna counterattack all over the place. Okay. So if the enemy doesn't have the tech, I don't think they can attack west across this river, because then we hold both these major bridges, so that'll be nice. They can attack south from Mogilev, however you pronounce that. Still got the flying artillery, which could be useful for an assault on a heavily dug-in city, but Vitebsk is the primary one by next turn, so there's a chance we can take it. Let's drop this depot here. 2 trucks there. Expand that depot. Meanwhile, back in the rear, let's pull up some of these other depots here. There's no reason for that. That one we still need. Okay. All right, let's move forward to the next turn. The enemy gets a whole bunch of reinforcements on turn 4 also, which could be a problem. Units do carry over, yes. They just keep swinging in behind me and threatening my own supply lines. God damn the armor. Vitebsk is reinforced. I could try and bomb it. I'm just worried I would turn the city into rubble. Hey, we took the city. Zero to 2 cornered. Let's hit this enemy armor. Okay, so we took Vitebsk, which was one of our secondaries. Good news. We're going to try and drive toward Valencia here. Maybe we can cross the river up there. Maybe that's an unoccupied crossing. Some of our infantry will... All right, everybody, that's going to do it for this episode. Episode number 9 in our Let's Play series of Unity of Command 2 Barbarossa, the new DLC pack for Unity of Command 2, which takes a look at the German attack on the Soviet Union in the summer of 1941 during Operation Barbarossa. This is the first part of the look at the Battle of Smolensk, and so far things are going reasonably well, I think. We're taking quite a few casualties. I don't think we're making as rapid progress as I would like. We're kind of pinned up behind a river up in the north where we have made the most progress, but overall we've kind of broken through and we are advancing to the east, and it's just a matter of bringing up sufficient forces, hopefully quickly enough, so that we can breach this next river line and get in towards Smolensk itself. That may be a little bit challenging because that next river line is in fact a major river, so it's not easy to cross, but we'll see how these things play out and if we're able to kind of deal with the Soviet troops that are cut off in the rear behind our front lines. With that being said, that's going to do it for today's episode. I hope you guys did enjoy, and until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying once again, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, I'm out.